is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down, Freeman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Freeman. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
They go play action here on first down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Off the play fake, Freeman. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On fourth down, Freeman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your gun, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. They had that great, long, methodical drive to put in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score in the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Franks. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. On the move past the 40. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. To throw on second down, Freeman. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now Franks. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 6-0 our score after one. On first down, here's Franks. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're saying right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll go right back to Tunyon.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12 to nothing. 1 extra point on the other side can ultimately beat you if they score twice.
The Charger drive about to get going. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Second down, Franks. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Off play action. Freeman. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, Freeman. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake, Freeman. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Gage, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Back to throw again. They'll roll him out, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now his second down throw. Here's Franks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Franks now on second down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To Franks looking to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Freeman. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Ryan Santoso now for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Throwing after the interception. Freeman. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Dio Odengbo. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, Franks. That is taken in by Hurst. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Franks now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon, as he ran off the field after mid.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this This is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Here's Jacobs, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Franks. He's got it. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The extra point up and good from Santoso.
And the lead will shrink to 6. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Freeman. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Gage with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like...
And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And this is back to a 5-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Throwing on 1st down. Freeman. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan. guys, what a game we've experienced watching this one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Franks. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
First down throw. Here's Franks. That is incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something's off with that one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Franks. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. Looking to throw. Franks. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Throwing after the interception. Franks, he finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are back within a score. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
On first down, Freeman. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. On first and 10, Freeman. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. On second down, Coffee. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Back to throw, Freeman. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5.
And the Broncos are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up for the first and goal.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Operating from the gun, Freeman. And the pressure gets to him again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up the 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 4th down, Freeman. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Chargers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Franks.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, Franks over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Franks.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
No gain on the play. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Frank's throw here on target to Hurst.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Back to throw. Franks. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Franks.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Up and good for Santoso.
And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate with a little 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down in the football.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. Coffee. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll keep it on the ground. Coffee. And some room to maneuver. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Important extra point up and through, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As she said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Franks. He finds his man, complete. It's Kramer. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Up and good for Santoso.
And they'll move back within 6 now. Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts them back within 1 score. I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that third one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Freeman. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
It's a gain of 35.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Now a throw to the end
end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they